Welcome back, everybody. Marvin Jackson and Byron Dixon here. And joining us are Bowie State University head football coach Damon Wilson and quarterback Amir Hall. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us, Marvin.
All right, fellow Bulldogs.
Yes, sir.
All right, and let's get right to it, man. Let's talk about you guys going back for a second straight year to the CIAA football championship game.
It's a great accomplishment. Anytime you're able to take a team to the championship 2 years in a row. I fell short both years, but I think we got a lot of positive things out of this experience. And Amir got a lot of playing time this year, so he has a reference point now. And we're excited about the offseason and want to get back next year to finish it.
All right, Amir, talk about that experience playing in that championship game. You actually got injured in that game, but
sir.
You came back.
Getting injured was a kind of a big blow, but I understood. I tried to get back out there and help my team any way, shape, or form, but just ended up a little short. I learned a lot, so it's a humbling experience.
Yeah. I didn't understand how you could get back out there because you injured your right shoulder, right?
Yes, sir.
And you throw right with your right.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that was tough, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I got a cortisone shot at halftime.
Okay.
Just looking at my teammates' eyes, just seeing that they really needed me out there, and just try to fight through it and push through it, and just try not to think about it and just try to focus on that.
That's what football is all about, huh?
That's it.
And let's talk about your honors, man. You were named the CIAA Offensive Player of the Year.
Yes, sir.
As a sophomore.
Yes, sir.
Talk about how exciting that felt for you.
Coming in the season, I just wanted to help my team win in any way, shape, or form. When Nemo went down, Naima Washington went down, I wasn't too big on trying to get all those accolades and just trying to help my team win, just putting the team first more than those individual accomplishments. But it was great to achieve those accomplishments.
And you're a local guy from Riverdale Baptist, from the Bowie area.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know, that's probably tough for a local guy because you got a lot of pressure. You got all your family and friends out there, right?
Yeah. Having enough family support throughout every game, whether it was we could be in California playing somewhere, I know my family would be there supporting me. So
it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. So I love my family for that, so being there to support me.
Talk about his qualities, Coach.
He's a great young man first, and we were fortunate to have him throughout the recruiting process, and I had the opportunity to meet with him at Riverdale Baptist when he was during his senior year. But he came in, a guy that brought into the program. He's been with Coach Moses Ware, our offensive coordinator, every day during the off season, just studying film and preparing himself as he was to be the starter. And when Naima Washington went down in camp before our first game, the offense didn't miss a beat. And that's one thing that we pride ourselves on as a staff and believe in the next man up concept. But I think Naima Washington turned from player to coach and big brother to Amir, and those guys have a very good relationship. Roommates on the road trips, and I mean those guys are what Bowie State football is all about.
So they're working together as teammates.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, and I remember when he went down, and I said to you, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your quarterback going down," and he has a lot of confidence in you, Amir, because he told me we're going to be okay. That's what your coach said.
Right.
So. Yeah.
We felt as though we had two starting quarterbacks coming into the season. And I think we had a conversation over summertime, and I told you we just averaged 40 points a game offensively. And I think we surpassed that and averaging like 42 points a game this year. And we want to continue to build upon that. You know, like I said, I think our offensive staff has done a great job preparing our guys, and you know, we're just going to continue to get better every day.
And talk about Amir. You were telling me that when he came out of high school, he had not thrown a lot and had not really played quarterback a lot.
Right.
But you saw promise in him, right?
Amir, I think his freshman and sophomore year was at Bowie High School. No stats there. His junior year, he was in a wing T offense in high school. No passing stats there. And I think his senior year, he may have had over 1,000 yards, 1,900 yards or so passing his senior year. But anytime you get a guy who's a qualifier, coming from a good family, a guy that stands at 6'3", 6'4", and has the football IQ, you want to recruit that kid. And like I said, he did a great job just buying into the system and learning the system. And now, you know, we're just sitting back and watching this guy enjoyed playing football.
So when you say qualifier, talk about that, because some of the viewers may not know.
From an NCAA standpoint, you know, you must meet the requirements to qualify first to get into school, but also to be eligible to compete. And he surpassed that mark, you know, before his senior year. So it wasn't a guy that we were waiting to qualify. He was a guy that was ready to roll. You know, so for us, I think it was a no-brainer for us to recruit him out of high school. Wasn't a highly recruited guy, you know, and we didn't have a lot of schools that we had to, out-recruit. But he definitely is a guy that brought into the system, took his few visits, and felt like home at Bowie State. So we're glad to have him.
Yeah.
Coach, you guys play in the CIAA. Can you just talk a little bit about the state of HBCU football as a whole? You guys definitely making a name for yourself.
HBCU football is big, and I think I have over 20 years in HBCU football, and every year, whether it's CIAA football, MEAC football, SWAC, SIAC, coaches are doing a great job building their programs, playing a competitive non-conference schedules. It's a family environment when you're on an HBCU campus, and it's a great opportunity for us at Bowie State just to continue to build our program with our homegrown talent, and I like the position that we're in right now, you know, and our administration is really supporting us, and enrollment this year was the highest it's ever been. And I want to say some of that had to do with our championship run last year and our NCAA playoff appearance last year. So hopefully this year enrollment will continue to rise, and we're excited. You know, it's an exciting time to be at Bowie State.
Definitely with a young team. What do you think it's going to take to get over that hump 2 years in a row?
We're going to keep fighting. You know, we're going to go in this next year as a fresh year. We're not necessarily looking to wash this year away. I think it's a process, and you don't win championships until you're ready to win championships. So it's something that part of in our process that we haven't mastered yet. So I want to make sure that I look at everything from a staff standpoint, a player standpoint, and we do everything that we need to do to make sure we totally master everything in part of this process, because you can't cheat it. So if it's something that's being cheated in a process, that's the reason why you ever won a championship. So I want to go back and evaluate everything and make sure we're doing everything we need to do to complete this process.
And Amir, I guess, going from throwing barely over 1,000 to throwing over 3,000. You said a little bit off air. You compare yourself a little bit to Tom Brady. You got a high football IQ. You seem like a team-first guy, a great leader. What do you think it's going to take for you guys to get over the hump? You're still a young player.
I think what it boils down to is us executing. People making those big time plays when needed. I think that's it right there, pretty much. We just missed out on a couple plays, like you said. My turnovers in that championship game, and still only to still put up 33 points and only lose by 10 points. It's just we just missed a lot of those key things, those big moments that we needed in the game to win. So I think if we just, like you said, just keep pushing and just try to execute at a high level, we'll be fine.
You're definitely one of the class teams in CIAA.
No doubt about it.
And it looks like you're going back again. I don't want to jinx you, Coach, but I mean, it looks like you might go back again next year. But talk about you know, what you want to do other than football. What is your major, and what do you want to do?
My major is communications currently. I kind of want to do what you want to do.
Right? Sit right here. Sit right here in between us.
Yeah, so just kind of want to be in you guys' position someday.
Okay.
ESPN, like interviewing athletes such as Josh Norman and big time players, and just talking about recapping the games. So pretty much what you guys are sitting at, that's what I'm aspiring to do.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to Josh. Come over there and talk to you guys. Well, I tell you what, you have a player also. Now, believe it or not, maybe 2 years ago you would have never thought it, but you're going to be a pro prospect yourself if you keep progressing the way you are. I mean, with your height and all of that, you're going to be a prospect. So ESPN is not far off. And let's talk about Naimi real quick. We only have a few minutes. Let's talk about him. You're wide receiver. This guy has ability to play on Sundays. Right?
He does, and he's gained a lot of interest this year from a number of NFL teams. He's a guy that's developed. He was a primary basketball player when he came into Bowie, and he's developed into one good football player. I would venture to say probably one of the best Division II wide receivers in the country this year, statistically. But I think he'll have an opportunity to play on Sundays. He'll test well. He's a guy that's graduating in December, so he'll have a lot of time to prepare for the combine and the draft and everything else.
All right. Well, I tell you what, good luck to all you guys. That's going to do it for this edition of the Sideline Report. Thanks, Coach, to you and Amir. You guys class act. All the best to you next year. Thanks also to Breon Page for being here earlier on the show. And always thank you, Byron, for being here. Great work. Have a wonderful and bountiful Thanksgiving. Be safe over the holidays. I'm Marvin Jackson. We'll see you next time on the Sideline.